Hey everyone, it's Kim with the Spooky Hoochies, and I'm here with Rachel. She'll be back in just a second. We came all the way to Georgia, and we are staying at the Hard Labor Creek State Park, and we are camping here for a couple of nights. So she's been here longer than I have, and today, this is my day number one, full day number one. I got here last night. We are going to go check out Camp Rutledge. And we're going to go into Camp Rutledge and check it out, do a little bit of exploring, and maybe do an investigation. So hi, Rachel. That's the most ridiculous look I've seen. See, Rachel does this stuff where she tells me to go one way and she goes...
It's acting stupid.
From each of you, describe the whole trip, the whole vibe in one word.
I don't know. I guess active. We got quite a bit of responses for there not being some big name haunting in places. About an hour east of Atlanta lies the small town of Rutledge, Georgia. There you will find Hard Labor Creek State Park. Within the park is the group camp Rutledge. The camp was the first group camp built in the park by the Civilian Conservation Corps. It opened to guests in 1937. The history and possible hauntings stretch back well before the camp was established. In 1813, white settlers and Native Americans lived close to one another and traded goods with each other. White settlers traded guns, knives, axes, cotton cloth, metal tools, and glass beads for Native American deer skins. As both hunted more and more deer, the population was virtually depleted. This led to them attacking each other, resulting in the Morgan County Massacre. On November 6, 1813, a band of Creek natives attacked settlers who lived on the farms, which was within what is now Hard Labor Creek State Park. They were eventually defeated by General Andrew Jackson. With every subsequent defeat, more and more land was seized from the natives until they were marched to Oklahoma in 1839 along the Trail of Tears. Camp Rutledge has a few ghost stories associated with it. The first surrounds a boy named Ethan, who wandered away from a family campsite in 1973. Despite exhausting all resources and searching tirelessly for him, Ethan was never found. It is said he can be seen playing with his red ball, searching for a playmate. Another story is that of a man who knocks on the walls of cabins and slams the doors shut. While we didn't seem to experience either of these stories, we did make a connection with someone. From the moment we turned on the spirit box, we got responses like white and girl, but the most consistent thing that came through was leave or go. We tried to reassure the spirits that we were not there to harm them, but they continued to ask us to leave, so we moved on to another part of the camp. In another cabin, we seemed to pick up a conversation between two or more spirits. The spirit box was picking up on them talking amongst each other. At one point, we heard, "Look at her hair. I have half black and half purple hair." We did get told to sit a few times while in the cabin, but unfortunately, we were out of our limited time in the camp and had to say goodbye. We believe we were chatting with native spirits.
All right, Sherry, you're going to lead the interview process. Where do you want to start?
Yay! I get to be in charge of something. Yay! Okay, so first of all, I figured from each of you, describe the whole trip, the whole vibe in one word.
Besides short?
Yeah, besides short. Like, the vibe.
I would say historic. Like, there was definitely a vibe of history. Like, anywhere you go in the South, I feel like, it just doesn't matter. You're gonna hit that feeling of, oh, this place got a story. You know what I mean? It just, even the drives just were full of history, it felt like. That'd be my word.
Oh my goodness, put me on the spot here.
Well, damn, I gave you no time to think about it.
Well, you took my word, so... I would have to say, I don't know.
You can use my word.
That's 3 words. That's 3 words.
Smart ass. I don't know. I guess active. We got quite a bit of responses for there not being some big name haunting in places.
Drive back here to Camp Rutledge, and we are towards the back. We didn't go all the way to the back. Well, we did. We drove back there, but Once it looped back around, I'll show it to you on the map, but once we looped back around, or started to, the road got very uncertain. And it's something I would have loved to do on my previous vehicles that I had. I had SUVs, but I don't have that these days. So couldn't get back there. We're going to walk what we can. We're not going to have time to do all of it because they only want us out here for an hour. So, with good reason, because it was a long-ass drive. I imagine they want to keep tabs on the people that come back here. So right now we're at the back end. Not the furthest, but back here where all these little outbuildings and stuff are. Different camps. So we're going to walk around. Rachel's got the Spirit Box Going app on her tablet. One thing to note, we have a little difference of opinion when it comes to spirit boxes and tablets and apps and things like that. But she's appeased my disdain for the apps, and it's not connected to Wi-Fi or anything. So I'll go with that. So she's got it running. We're going to walk around and get a feel for the place and then see what we can find out.
So what was the first thing that you guys noticed when you got there? Like energy-wise?
Is like what?
Like energy-wise.
Energy-wise?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, the minute we turned it on, we started getting responses basically telling us to leave.
Well, you can, and I'll show it in the video, there was a moment where it really felt like we were on somebody else's land. And I actually asked, are we trespassing? You know, because it just kind of gave that feeling.
Run.
I'm not running anywhere. I'm too old for that.
Is there anyone here who'd like to talk with us? Yes. Die. Did you die here? Abel.
Can you tell us how to get to Alabama?
5. Wasn't it 5 that were murdered? Yes.
We want to make sure we're not trespassing on anybody's property. Who owns this place?
No man.
Can you tell me why this was called Hard Labor Creek?
Don't have something. Something servant.
What is this? This is 1. You got keys for this?
I don't know.
And then we kind of got over it. We walked around a little bit. But while we were in the car, we were driving in, just trying to circle around and check the place out. There was a road that on the map indicated it would circle all the way around. But once we pulled down it, it was clearly overgrown. And my little car just wasn't going to make it back through there. So we debated, very split second, like whether or not we'd get out. And we're like, nah, we're not doing that. It just had an eerie look to it, even in broad daylight. And something about being in the woods like that, you're going to get turned around real quick. So I wasn't about to trust myself for that, whether it was a trail or not.
Which again is why I think they limited us to an hour.
Yes.
In all honesty.
But the scary part about that is, side note, when we got back, they didn't even know we were gone. So had something happened,
Because it was a different person up there.
yeah, they wouldn't have known we were even out there.
That's yeah. So you guys were not there after dark.
No.
No, they wouldn't let us go back after, what was it, 5 o'clock?
Yeah, because we had to turn the keys back in, which we didn't even need, but...
Yeah, they ended up having everything unlocked.
I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can you speak up? I'd leave. Why? Why should we leave?
Okay, let's walk back here. Four.
Oh, that's not creepy. Spider webs. Did you stay in one of these cabins? Yes. Well, who am I talking to? Creep.
Is this your property?
No. Well, whose is it? Who does the land belong to?
Is this tribal land?
Yes. Was it taken from you? Boy. Walk. Yes, it was taken from you? Boys. Are you talking about boys that were here? How did you die? White. So did the white man kill you? I guess. That's what I heard, I guess.
A white boy? Was it a white boy that killed you? Was it a male child that killed you?
Yes.
Yes.
Definite yeses.
What can we do to make you feel better here? Go.
We went into like some kind of science and nature center or something like that, and we were in the front part. So I think that, and I saw where it had like staff cabins and all.
Right.
And some of the research I did, there was a Jewish, like summer camp that rented it out from like the 50s to mid 70s.
Now I will say, and I don't know how Rachel thought about that because I didn't think about it till now, I don't think, but there is a distinct difference in feeling between the front camp and the back camp.
Oh yeah.
So is it like a shift? Like it goes from feeling decent to feeling like, would that be a moment that you say? Because one of my questions is, was there a moment that it just kind of creeped you out so much that it made your stomach drop?
I wouldn't say that. It was, like the front half of the camp for me, like definitely had kind of like that trespassy feeling for me. Like maybe I shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
The back part of the camp was almost ominous, I feel like.
Yeah.
Why? Dybbuk. I heard Dybbuk. Well, thank you for talking to us. We'll let you rest and we'll move along. Is there anything else you want us to say before we go?
Leave. We're leaving. We're dead. Yes, we know. Go.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for talking to us. Bye. Whoa.
Bye.
That sounded like you said you're welcome. I want to know if a little boy named Ethan is here. Do you know what happened to him? Toy. Girl.
Hoochie.
Yes, we're the spooky hoochies. Boy. Yes, I would like to know what happened to him. I keep hearing toy. Did he go after a toy? Get him. Did somebody take him? Man. I'm sure his mom and dad would like to know what happened to him.
Going there, did you already have ideas of any of the stories or legends or anything that you had hoped to experience?
We read, as we were driving in, we read, a little bit of the history. And in reality, I was hoping to connect with the little boy. In fact, several times I asked to speak to him, but that was not what was coming through at all.
I did do a little bit of background on him and
Really?
was not able to find any verifiable story. As a matter of fact, I was told the exact opposite, that it was lore that was created on TikTok back in 23, I think. But that's as much as I found on that story. I did end up digging a little further to see if I could find missing person cases in Rutledge or around Rutledge having to deal with the park at all, and there was just nothing.
Well, we always run into that potential of that when you don't have the ability to verify is
Right.
there really or not. So
right.
So I know you guys mentioned the spirit box and all of that, but outside of that, did you feel anything, any vibes, any weird sounds?
No. I mean, I can tell you, and I think it's probably on the video, it seemed very, very quiet back there.
yes, very much so. Which was, to me, was odd in the sense of knowing what happened there in that area, especially for what we had coming through, because I would have thought there would have been, I tend to pick up on residual stuff, and I wasn't hearing or feeling anything. It was very odd.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that you guys say that, because like I've read that a lot of people say that it and I know this from like, I want to say, I know this from the way that I was raised, like with the Appalachians and stuff like that. But I also read that even though this area is not connected to the Appalachian Mountains or anything, that people also say that it can go from like crickets to dead silence, almost as if somebody hit a mute button.
Yeah.
Is that kind of?
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
see
and
that.
it is, I don't want to say that's like a paranormal thing, but it is really freaking weird because this driveway to get to Camp Rutledge, let me just tell you about this driveway, okay? I think it's 2 miles long, and I'm not joking. And there's no other pull off. So you start down the road to Camp Rutledge, you're on it for 2 miles until you get there. And then the camp is separated into 2 sections. So the front section, the first section you come to has, I don't know, maybe 6 cabins on it.
Are you sure there's nothing that we can pass along to others for you?
I think they quit talking to us.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on then.
Bye. Thank you for talking to us.
Several saying bye, like one right
Yeah.
after another. I mean, they're not there necessarily, but
So we're gonna mosey on down the road here to this next batch of camp and see what's down there. Alright, so we are at we're more towards the front part of Camp Rutledge, and this is the part that you saw when we first were driving in. We started back and worked our way front. And so this area now is the Science and Nature Center of Camp Rutledge. This particular building here. I don't know. Can we go into these, or are these locked off?
I don't know.
Nope, they're open. It's open.
But the crazy thing is that when we moved to that other cabin, and it was, other than them telling, I mean, they told us to sit 2 or 3 times, but other than that, it was literally as if they were conversing with each other.
Right.
They were not talking to us, even down to look at her hair, you know, and
Look,
you know,
there's a white girl.
I
I know it didn't say look, there's a white girl, but they said white girl. Like, they were shocked.
Definitely felt a little lighter in the front part than in the back,
Yeah.
which is closer to the back part is closer to the lake or whatever, where they basically stayed on opposite sides of the settlers.
It was like, that front part, we kind of walked around freely on that front part. But it wasn't until we got to the back part, I feel like we kind of felt like we wanted to get out of there quickly. And it was getting close to the time that we had to be back anyway. And normally if we run late on something like that, people are usually really gracious,
Forgiving.
Yeah, it wasn't so much that we were in a hurry to get out of there for that reason, I don't think, but it just definitely didn't feel like we should be there. It was time to go.
Yeah.
So if you could go back for one experience, or to hone in on one experience that you had, like which one would you want to go back and hone in on?
I think if we'd have had more time, I'd have sat in that cabin in the front end.
Well, we actually talked about staying at Camp Rutledge because you can rent the place.
Yeah, that would be absolutely awesome. Because then we could be there at night.
Right.
I feel like if they were to do archaeologic work there, I feel like it would be a very similar experience to Shawnee. But I wonder if they would, what they would find back there, because the place is just so wooded. And I wonder, because this was a big, huge area for the movement into Oklahoma. And I think that's why it sits so heavy with me, because it wasn't a simple migration. Like, they were forced out. And it makes me wonder, what is under those cabins?
Yeah.
Right.
you know, because I know it said it was farmland and that they took over, you know, the CCC took over all that. But
It would be interesting.
it would be interesting. They built all those cabins, so what was there before, you know?
Right.
And I think the disconnect I had initially, you know, in learning about Native American and tribal burials and stuff like that, is they're not all in mounds. And I guess I just thought that because I'm from Ohio and we have mounds every fucking where.
Well, that's because the tribes there were mound builders, but
Right. And so I guess I just kind of sat with that ignorance until recently. But it does make me very concerned for what's under all those buildings.
right. It'd be interesting to know.
Can we speak to someone in charge? In charge of this particular land.
Did you hear what
I
heard?
did. Somebody's got a sense of humor.
Kelly said you leave.
Why do you want us to leave so badly?
Almost sounds like they're speaking in native tongue. I mean, not that I know. Sounds like they're talking to themselves, amongst themselves.
Yeah. I think those are natural energetic things. I don't think that has anything to do with us.
Mm-mm. I mean, it sounds like they're having a full-on conversation. Which,
Are you having a conversation about us?
listen. Because it's very hushed.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like they're whispering. Y'all want to come out? Said y'all want to come out.
I assure you, we don't know what you're saying, but we have a feeling it's about us.
So we're ready. They're leaving. Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Are you timing us?
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if you believe in that kind of stuff, but I truly believe that sometimes we tune into conversations that they have between themselves rather than speaking with us.
Which means they're probably tuning into our conversations with us at times too, which would know how we are leaving in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Well, now.
I just heard, look at her hair. I swear.
Yeah, she likes purple hair color. It's not real. Do you like it?
Yeah, huh?
No.
He said no, almost like he was telling her to hush. Like, don't talk to them.
I assure you, it's not as bad as you think. We're not here to stay. We are leaving.
See? Okay, well, we're going to get out of here.
Thank you for letting your presence be known. We appreciate that. If we wanted to do a Camp Spooky Hoochie at Camp Rutledge, we could absolutely probably make that happen.
Right. I would love to go back
We
in
gonna
one
bring-
more time.
If we do that, are we going to bring people in? I was just thinking. It's like one of those things.
Fun fact, in addition to Camp Rutledge, Camp Daniel Morgan is also in that park, and there was a pretty famous movie that was filmed. Well, that one's also available for rental, but they, not during Halloween. Apparently, they're having their little haunted trail through there, but it is also available.
Okay. That would be cool.
Which at the time we didn't know. We didn't see the sign about the segregation and who was where until we'd already made our rounds in the cemetery. But we were emotionally was drawn to the hill where the slaves, ultimately were buried.